What's good, ladies and gents? Dr.Trehunna, man. Finally getting my house together, man. And today I did a little grocery haul. I did a lot of shopping. And I just thought, you know what? Why not show them exactly how I shop, okay? When I'm literally coming into a new space. That way I prime myself for success, you know? Because ultimately at the end of the day, what you're really around is what's gonna help you, attain your goals. So if I'm around all the stuff that I know I would like to eat and I know it's not the greatest thing for me, then 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna be as successful as somebody who's around all the things that anything that they look at, they could have, okay? So what I'm gonna literally do today is I'm gonna teach y'all exactly what I picked up from the store, and why I decided to pick up these things from the store, okay? So if you know the why behind everything, you should be good to go, all right? So here's what I got. Whole lot of, dairy products, okay? Once again, majority of dairy products are gonna be protein-based, so do not be afraid of dairy unless you're just sensitive to it, okay? Like if you're lactose intolerant, something like that nature, just be mindful of that, okay? I got some juices, okay? As you can see, all the juices already say diet. Try this Minute Maid Zero, okay? Got some Mios, all right? And once again, I'm gonna go ahead and explain to y'all my thought process behind why I picked up these foods after I show y'all everything, okay? Got some Matcha Tea, okay? Once again, one of the greatest things you can have for the human body, okay? I got some snacks, of course. Smart Pop. Granola, ooh, right? Once again, granola is not great for you unless you get the better type of granola, okay? So once again, you never want to assume what type of food you can have. You just gotta read the label and that will dictate everything, all right? Got some pancake mix. Got some zero net carb bagels, all right? Got some seasonings, and I got some sauces, all right? And as far as what I got for meat and all that stuff, got a whole lot of beef, chicken, turkey, and bacon and eggs, all right? And once again, what I want all my clients to do is when you're cooking or whatever, right? Always use a spray. Everybody already knows that now. And make sure you cook with real fat, okay? That is saturated fat. You never want to really cook with something like, canola oil, safflower oil. These are very easy oxidized and basically can literally break down your metabolism. Long story short. So now I'm going to go ahead and explain to you why I decided to get these things, okay? So let's start off with the drinks. So if you look at the drink section, I got some Sprite Zero, I got some Pepsi, I got some Canada Dry, I got some Sunkist, got some 2-gallon Essential. I've never seen this before, but ultimately, y'all already know that this is the best type of water, especially if you're on a fasting-based program, such as my program, right? And it's gonna help your body, suppress its appetite, okay? But as you can see, why does it all say zero sugar? So the main reason why a lot of people learn that soda is bad for you is the components that they put inside soda. And what they do is they put in a lot of sugar, okay? And the main ingredient for all sodas usually is high fructose corn syrup, okay? And basically what this does is it's a straight shot to your liver because once again, all fructose is break down from the liver versus your whole entire body is able to process it, such as sugar, right? And because that is the case, it's easier for your body to store visceral fat when you're giving it a whole lot of fructose, okay? Now, what I want you to do is look in your refrigerator, especially if you're not on my program, and look at the regular juice that you got, such as the regular Ultra Spray. If you're black, I know you got some Ultra Spray in your house, right? Or if you're black, I know you got some soda in your house. Just look at the first ingredient. It's gonna be high fructose corn syrup, okay? So what you need to do before you're on a fat loss journey, you never want to drink your calories. You want to eat your calories. Because if you're drinking less calories, you're having more room to have more snacks, okay? Once again, if you're drinking a whole lot of things, right, that's not really basically satiating you, right? Or it's not basically making you feel full. So what I want y'all to do is literally have things that's gonna stretch out your stomach receptors. That way your body knows that's eating. You could drink 5 cups of juice and it could be easily 1,000 calories and you still wanna eat something, okay? So always get zero sugar drinks or make sure you get the diet versions. Once again, okay? I like Ultra Spray, I got this. I like Minute Maid, so I got this. I like the Mios or just flavor. I'd really never just drink regular water, so I got this, okay? And once again, everything says 0 calories. okay? 0 calories, and 0 sugar, basically, all right? So once again, never drink your calories. That way you can have all the drinks. I could drink this whole entire Canada Dry if I want to, and I can expect the scale to still drop. But if I had the regular Canada Dries, then no, I can't, okay? Because it has a whole lot of sugar in it, a whole lot of carbs in it, all right? And once again, if you're on my program, you already know that carbs tell your body to do what? Store, okay? So the more carbs you have, the more you can expect the scale to go up. Cool? Now, second part, my dairy, all right? So got my cheeses. I like a lot of burgers. So I got cheeses, and sometimes I make burger bowls, which is basically like I just get a patty, break it up, put some cheese in it, put some ketchup in it, kind of like that, okay? Now, once again, cheeses come from what? Come from cows, right? And cheeses is basically milk in a sense, right? So anything that's a cheese, right? Or basically anything that is a dairy product is supposed to be good for you, right? But what they do is they're gonna add in some more sugar in it to make you buy more of their product, okay? So that's why even in the grocery section or even in the cheese section, I was reading all the labels, okay? So once again, I'm looking at this label. This label says it got 5 grams of fat, it got 2 grams of carbs, it got 7 grams of protein, right? If it got 5 grams of fat, 2 grams of carbs, 7 grams of protein, this is a protein-based product. That means I can have this, okay? So that's how I always want y'all to rationalize it. If it has more protein in it than anything else, it is a protein-based product, it's good for you, especially if you're trying to lose fat. If you're somebody who's trying to gain weight, you want more carb-based products. Make sense? Cool. So I also got some yogurt. All right, now here's the thing. You see it says 2 grams of sugar, right? Now, if you go to the store, 9 times out of 10, when people picking up yogurt, what do they get? They get Chobani, right? Chobani is amazing. It tastes great, right? But it's not the greatest for you if you actually look at the nutrition label. So they can say whatever they want on the front. This is called marketing. They cannot lie on the back. This is the truth. But once again, a lot of people don't look at the back when they're shopping. What are you looking at? The price. So please stop price shopping if you're trying to be more healthy, okay? This means more than anything else. Look at the back, and if you can afford it, great. If you can't, maybe you should wait a little bit longer before you actually purchase the product, okay? Because your health and your future self is gonna thank you. So if you look at this, once again, it says it got 3 grams of carbs, it got 12 grams of protein, 2 grams of fat. So can I have this? Yes, I don't even gotta think twice about it. I can have all the 2-go yogurt that I want, all right? What I like to do in the morning is I like to have some matcha green tea. Why? Matcha green tea has these components and catechins in it called EGCG, or basic epigallocatechin gallate, okay? And what it basically does, it basically mobilizes more fat in your bloodstream. Means what? Your body is able to utilize more fat, and it's gonna help you burn more fat throughout the day because you decided to drink some of this. That's simple, okay? So if I'm on a weight loss regimen, right? And let's say my twin is on a weight loss regimen, and I decide to have some of this every single morning, right? Just that in my water, nothing added into it, no honey, because a lot of people like to put honey with the tea, right? Honey is nothing but sugar or fructose, so keep that in mind, okay? Honey is not healthy for you. But if I have a whole lot of matcha green tea, or every single morning I have matcha green tea, and they do not, let's say if we are trying to lose 20 pounds, technically, I should hit my 20 pounds faster than them, okay? Or I'm gonna be a little bit leaner faster than them because it's gonna boost your metabolism like 10%. And 10% adds up at the end of the day. That means if you lose 40 pounds, you lost 4 pounds more, you know? So always keep that in mind. These are little biohacks that I always tell my clients to do, such as the matcha green tea. In the same category, apple cider vinegar. If you go ahead and take a shot of this before first thing in the morning, or after your cheat meal, it's gonna lower your postprandial glucose levels, which means what? Your body's gonna start tapping into its body fat faster again, okay? So the best thing you can literally do in the morning is, all my clients know I call it the fat bomb, have some matcha green tea, have some ACV, okay? You can have the ACV 2 to 3 times a day. You don't wanna really go over 3 times a day. It can't hurt you, but it can help you, okay? I just don't want you to rely on it, all right? Now, got some syrup. Y'all know the vibes. Now, here's the funny thing. Syrup says 4 grams of carbs, okay, which is better, all right? It got 0 sugar, right? Now, because it got 4 grams of carbs in it, right? And basically 2 tablespoons equate to a serving size. When was the last time you ever used 2 tablespoons of syrup on anything? You never did. You just go ahead and get your syrup. You do a little bit of this, right? So the average person puts at least about 12 to 14 tablespoons of the syrup. So if you go into your house and you probably see your log cabin or your Aunt Jemima or your Miss Buttersworth, you will notice that instead of it saying 4 grams of carbs and sugar per serving, it will say 24 grams of carbs and sugar per serving per 2 tablespoons. Okay. Now multiply 24 times 10. That's 240. So once again, the worst part of your meal is never going to be the actual food, the real food, the food that actually swam at one time or walked at one time or flew at one time. Okay. It's always going to be what you add on to the food. Just like pancakes. Pancakes is not bad for you per se, right? There's better version of pancakes. But guess what? The worst part of a pancake meal is not the pancake itself. It is what you like to apply on the pancake. It will be the syrup in this case, okay? So with that being said, always watch out for your sauces and oils. The thing that you add to the food to make it taste better, 9 times out of 10 is not gonna be the greatest thing for you, okay? So if you're trying to lose weight, you gotta be very cognizant of how much additions that you add to your meal. Simple, all right? Simplify your meal and you're gonna notice the scale's gonna drop a little bit more. I like ketchup, so I got ketchup, okay? Pro tip. If there's a sauce that is on the sweeter side, it is sweet for a reason, okay? So if you're trying to lose weight or lose fat at that matter, because that's what I focus on, make sure you pay attention to hotter sauces, okay? Such as mango habanero. Got sweet to it, right? But this is G Hughes, which means what? Sugar-free. That's what you want. So if a sauce says sugar-free or a condiment says sugar-free, then you're good to go. You really gotta look at the label, but I still want you to look at the label. Every single thing that I picked up, I literally looked at the label before I touched it, even though I purchased this product a million times, all right? So even like Hershey syrup, if they got a 0 sugar Hershey syrup, that means they got a 0 sugar of anything they could possibly think of, all right? So once again, focus on your sauces and oils, make sure they're sugar-free, okay? Or lower carb. If it has less than 5 grams of carbs or sugar per serving, especially when it comes to condiments, why? A serving is 1 tablespoon, literally, or 2. It's never gonna be more than that. Then that means you're just adding on a whole lot of carbs. And because you're adding on more carbs, you're telling your body more times to do what? Store. Okay, so expect the scale to go up. All right. So as long as you're getting sugar-free sauces, you're good to go. All right. Now, seasonings. So we was all taught that what raise your blood pressure? Seasonings, which means what? If you are trying to lose weight or if you're you got hypertension or high blood pressure, what you should do? Cut out the seasonings, okay? Ladies, believe it or not, this is not the reason why you have high blood pressure. It's not the salt. It's not the seasonings. It is the sugar. Why? Because your arteries, right, is getting damaged by how high the sugar is in the system. High glucose levels in the blood basically create or damages your arteries or your endothelial cells, okay? So when a doctor tells you, oh, well, cut down your sodium intake, right? That is a quick fix, okay? Because ultimately it's gonna help your body store less water. But at the end of the day, when you give your body a whole lot of carbs or a whole lot of sugar, you're literally signaling to your kidneys to induce something called aldosterone. Long story short, it makes your body retain more water. Okay, and sodium. So that's why when a day after a high carb day, right, when you had a cheat day, you feel puffy, you're bloated because your body's literally holding on to more water because that's what you're signaling to your body, or that's what the insulin is signaling to your body, okay? And insulin is only getting spiked from what? Or it's getting spiked the most from carbs, okay? Protein spikes up your insulin a little bit, but if there's like a parameter, or if you want to basically like spectrum, carbs will spike it like 90%, protein will spike it like 40%. So you want to have more protein because that's the better thing that's going to spike your insulin versus having a whole lot of sugar or carbs, okay? Carbs and sugar is the exact same thing. When your body breaks it down, it's going to break it down to glucose. It's the exact same thing. It is hard for your body to turn protein into fat, okay? But it's not hard for your body to turn glucose or sugar into fat, all right? Always keep that in mind. So once again, sauces and oils, you want to watch out for the most. Seasonings, you're okay. Okay, just make sure you're not getting this crazy seasoning with a whole bunch of sugar in it. Okay, like I just looked at this real quick. It says the first ingredient is salt, the second ingredient is sugar. Okay, so that means I need to just be mindful when I use this. Okay, because this might help make me stall if I'm not really paying attention. Cool. I like pasta. So guess what I got, ladies? Pasta Zero. But this is totally different from Barilla, the regular blue box that everybody picks up. So that's what I'm just trying to say. Anything that you can literally possibly think of, there's a better version of it. And on my program, I never want you to assume that you cannot have nothing. Why? Because anything that you can think of, you can have. Just find a better version of it. So for instance, I didn't see these in Maryland, but I see these in Houston. Bagels, right? Now, if I actually tell y'all the nutrition facts on this bagels, it says it got 4 grams of fat, right? It got 14 grams of carbs. It got 14 grams of fiber, and all my clients know why I did that. 14 grams of protein, right? So if it got 14 grams of protein, 0 net carbs, and 4 grams of fat, this is a protein-based product. I can have this. Okay? And I don't gotta think twice about it. Now, with that being said, if you're somebody on my program who's been eating a whole lot of, breads and granolas and popcorn and X, Y, and Z, one thing I want y'all to be mindful of, even though this says 0 net carbs, they still put 14 carbs in the carb category, which means what? It's still gonna basically make your body hold on to a little bit more water, right? But it's gonna not spike your glucose levels. And that's what I care about. Why? Because the less spikes of glucose levels, the less insulin in your system. The less insulin in your system, the more your body's able to tap into its own body fat. Okay? So if you're having more breads, any type of breads, anything that somebody had to create in the lab, I've never seen a 0 net carb tree. Okay? I've never seen a granola bush. I've never seen pancakes just flapping around in the wild, okay? Somebody has to create these things, okay? You gotta literally add in ingredients for you to eat this thing, okay? So the days you have this, be mindful and say, hey, I will have color on the stick the very next day. For instance, if I have this, I know I'm gonna have color on the stick the next day. If I have real popcorn, do not expect color on the stick the next day. I can have this and expect color on the stick the next day. If I have this, which the average black person picks up, I shouldn't expect color the next day, okay? Because this is nothing but sugar, all right? So you are still having a carb-based product, or because it still got some carbs in it, you can expect to see a stall on the scale, but still got color on your stick, which means what? No matter what you think, you're smaller than what you were yesterday, okay? So once again, fat loss journey is what I just said, a journey or a marathon. It's not a race. I never want y'all to expect to see the scale drop every single day, because it won't. Unless you're literally eating nothing but protein, you're not adding in no vegetables, no carbs, and I don't want y'all to do that, okay? My program is about sustainability, all right? So, got some protein powder. Y'all know the vibes, okay? And what I like to do with my protein powder, if I'm making some cereal, right? As you can see, you never probably seen this cereal brand a day in my life, because I know I haven't. But I found this yesterday, right? And this is, once again, a protein-based product. It got 9 grams of carbs, 18 grams of carbs. It got 10 grams of fiber, right? So it's got 8 grams of carbs, and it got 9 grams of protein. So this is a protein-based product, even though it's close. So the days that I have this, right? And because a serving size is 1 cup, 1 cup is not that big. We know that, y'all. That's why I want y'all to be able to read the label. These are the days where I should say, hey, I'm just enjoying myself. I'm living my life, and I want some cereal. I don't care if the scale drops. That's the days where I have some cereal, okay? If I want to see the scale drop, that's the days when I'm going ahead and as my very first meal of the day, because breaking the fast is breakfast, right? And I still didn't eat yet. It's 2 o'clock right now in Houston, and I still haven't put nothing in my mouth other than some water and matcha green tea and a shot of ACV. Why? My body's burning body fat. But the days when I want to see the scale drop, I'm going to have something that's telling my body to drop on the scale. Protein tells your body to lose fat. Protein also tells your body to build muscle. So if you want to see the scale drop, have more protein on your plate than anything else, okay? But with my cereal, you think I'm just gonna have some dry ass cereal in the bowl? No, of course not. Have some milk. But guess what? This milk is also a protein-based product. Why? This milk got 18 grams of protein, 1 gram of carb, 1 gram of fiber, 5 grams of fat. So once again, ladies, do not be afraid of fat. Fat basically regulates your body's sex hormones, okay? Your estrogen, your progesterone, your estradiol, testosterone, okay? Just have more protein on your plate than fat if you want to see the scale drop. Because if you're burning off 10 grams of fat off your body, right? And you give your body 10 grams of fat, you got a net of what? 0. That's why you see a lot of women when they eat avocados or add avocados or a whole lot of stuff or fat into their meals, they stall. But they still got purple on the stick, which is cool. But fat is very caloric dense. So that's why I want you to have more protein on your plate. This is not a keto program, ladies. Keto is high fat, low carb, low protein. I want you to have more protein and moderate fat, lower carb, but better quality carbs, as you can see, okay? So once again, ladies, to go ahead and conclude this video, everything in this section, I can have. But every time I have these things, I should expect a stall. That's why these things are better for you when you're already at your goal weight. What a lot of people do, they try to eat as if they're at their goal weight, yet they hate how they look in the mirror, okay? So you can have these things, but just expect a stall, okay? All these sauces that I just showed you, okay? G. Hughes, great brand, okay? Buffalo Wild Wings, just make sure you read the label. Walden Farms, any Walden Farms product you can have, okay? You don't gotta think twice about it, okay? You can, if it's a spray, that's the better version. Mio's, Too Good, that's the best brand. Ultra Spray, Sola, okay? Or zero net carb breads in general, okay? By Dense Slim Foods. These are the foods that you want to focus on so you can literally hit your goal. And once you hit your goal, you can live your life, okay? I'm gonna show y'all a little bit more snacks that I got because I know just to give y'all a little bit more hacks. Today's Tuesday, I might have tacos today, all right? So I'm getting, or I have, low carb tortillas, okay? But me having this tortilla is totally different from me using a regular tortilla. If I want some fried chicken, what am I going to use? Is fried chicken bad? No. The reason why fried chicken is bad is you get the chicken and you put it underneath what? Oil, right? What happens if you have an air fryer? Can you have fried chicken? Yes, you may. Okay? So that's how I want you to think about it. Nothing on this food, on this earth is bad. It's how the additions that we do to the food that makes it bad, okay? And last but not least, I got a little bit of snacks. Some pink Himalayan salt or whatever. And not majority of the times, as far as like snacks goes, especially snacks that comes in a bag, they're gonna have keto on it. So if it says keto on it, 9 times out of 10, it's cool, okay? But once again, I just want you to be mindful. I want you to have more meals than snacks because majority of the snacks, especially the ones that say keto bites or keto anything, is gonna have more fat in it than anything else. Just like this one has 11 grams of fat, 6 grams of protein, 6 grams of carbs, right? So basically, I'm telling my body more to, hold on to some more fat. But if you give your body more protein, you're telling your body to do what? To lose fat, okay? So hopefully y'all learned something on this video today. Seasonings, ladies, y'all good. This is not making you this is not giving you high blood pressure. It is the added sugar, the refined carbohydrates, the added oils, okay? And make sure you're having the better type of condiments. If it's a dairy, unless you're lactose intolerant or you have a sensitivity to it, you're good to go, okay? And as far as the juices go, once again, you can have juices, all right? But make sure you're getting the better version of juices. If you're somebody who's not seeing the scale drop and you're having this diet cranberry, right? For instance, like this diet cran grape. I know the days that I have this, I see a stall on the scale. But I like it. So guess what I did? I still purchase it, okay? So your body's literally gonna snitch on itself day in and day out. It's up to the user, you, to learn from your mistakes, right? And take the data that your body is giving you, all right? What a lot of people do is they just say, oh man, obviously I'm doing something wrong, but I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Actually track what you're doing. That's why people who usually track their food intake hits their goal weight the fastest. Or people who's taking pictures of the food. That's why I tell all my clients, take a picture of your food if you're stalling for 3 to 4 days. And you can literally see the culprits or basically the main factors as to why you're stalling in real time. But what a lot of people do is just hey, your body's telling you something and you just say, oh man, well, I don't know why I'm stalling, so I'm just gonna go ahead and continue doing the thing that's making me stall. Because you're not learning from your own mistakes, okay? But this is your reset tip of the day. It's gonna help you stay snatched all the time, knowing it's summertime. If you have any questions, just go ahead and shoot me a DM. I got you. But hopefully y'all learned something on this video because I definitely made a very extensive video for y'all. All right, talk to y'all soon.